Hey, what's going on? Doug Cunnington here, and in this video, I'm going to answer a couple of viewer questions, so thank you very much for sending those in. And this is kind of oriented towards the aged site case study. However, some of the questions are kind of specific to like the individuals. So number one, I wrote these down. So number one, Weight Gain Pro, which I don't think that's the person's real name. I think that's just their channel. They ask about the services that I've been using for link building, guest posts specifically, and the results that I've seen from those guest posts in the link building. So I've been using the HOTH guest posting, and I've also been using Loganix as a guest posting service as well. And in both cases, I am selecting the sites based on the criteria of this, right? So it's a little bit different. It is based on organic traffic going to the site. And in my opinion, that is the best metric to use, right? Previously, in the past, most services were based on the domain authority, which is a Moz metric. And the huge flaw with the domain authority or any other similar metric like the domain rating or the like trust flow or whatever is they can be manipulated because they're just using an algorithm, right? So basically you can like send links from high domains to a site and then boost up those DA metrics or whatever metric, and then you end up with, you know, what looks to be a good link, but when you go look at the backlink profile for that site, you could see there's like a spike of links. So that's not good. Basically, if you use the organic search metric as far as like how much traffic the site's getting, you know that Google at least kind of likes the site a little bit if they're sending traffic to it. So there's different criteria levels. Sometimes it's like 1,000 visitors a month, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, blah, 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 right? So pick whatever, you know, fits your goal, but generally like the more traffic the site gets, that's probably like a better sign. So as far as the results, things have been pretty good, you know. Generally, the certain pages that I'm sending links to goes up, right? So the rankings go up and you can see that things are positive in a general sense. Now, the other key thing is I do link to the home page as well with like branded anchor text so that like the overall site is getting a benefit from just getting links to the home page and the brand is being recognized, all right? So keep that in mind. So that is question number one. Question number two is from Igor, and Igor asks about a specific site that he has. So he's telling me that it's a 1-year-old site. There are 1,300 visitors per month or page views, something like that. And there are 45 links going to the site, which is pretty good. Maybe would expect a little more traffic potentially for a 1-year-old site, but you know, there are many factors out there. There are a lot of variables, and maybe like the 1,300 visitors are buying a bunch of stuff. However, probably not, because you know, Igor asked the question here. So Igor tells me that he's been getting guest posts from Fiverr, and he wants to know what links he should be getting to help improve the rankings. So number one, I would not get links from Fiverr. They're probably not very good. And basically, like, you get what you pay for, very much so with like guest post. So if you're getting guest posts from Fiverr, they're probably like very spammed out kind of sites, if I can use that term, where they just have a ton of links pointing to a bunch of crappy sites and it's barely relevant. The good part when you use a premium service like the HOTH or Loganix is that you're probably going to end up on a very good site that actually gets traffic. And again, the key thing here is you can literally say, I want to be on a site that's getting at least 5,000 or 10,000 visitors per month, for example, from organic traffic, which is verifiable by you. You can go to a tool like SEMrush or Ahrefs, or there's a few others, basically see like, oh, these sites are getting a decent amount of traffic, so that's a good thing. So Igor, I would recommend that you stop using like Fiverr for guest posts. Any sort of SEO services on Fiverr, if it's like very cheap, like if you're literally paying like 5, 10, 15 bucks or whatever, I know you can upgrade whatever you're buying. But if you're getting the cheap stuff, it's probably like not helpful. And here's the thing, if you do that and you're actually getting good results, there's a strong chance that there's a higher risk level, because I mean, literally people have a blog and they're selling links on there at mass for cheap. Like, it's a ticking time bomb. So like, even if it works out, like, it's a pretty high risk level. So I would say, depending on like your budget and what you're trying to do, you could go with one of the premium services, or you can, roll up your sleeves, and go out there and start networking within your niche and see if you could land some guest posts that way. So there's really like no shortcut. It's either going to take you a lot of time or a lot of money, but there's no like way around it. So you got to do something. All right, if you have questions about like any of the link building stuff that I mentioned, leave a comment below. I may not be able to answer directly there, but I see all the comments, so you can leave a comment on any video. I definitely appreciate it if you do. If you're new to the channel, that's super cool. Thanks for watching. Watch some of the other videos, and if you like it, please subscribe. And one more pitch for the age site case study. If you're unfamiliar with it, go to nichesiteproject.com/ASCS to get all the info. That's ASCS for age site case study. And we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.